How's it going, Ram fans? Jessica Mendoza and Jason Ortiz here at Utah State University, where the Rams are about to be taking on the Aggies. This is a huge Mountain West matchup as the Rams are tied for third in the Mountain West and the Aggies are tied for fourth. Jason, CSU wants to come in here and hand Utah State their second loss here in their home arena. What do they have to do to get that tonight?
So I think it's really going to be reliant on, one, Nico Carvacho. He's got to play big against Namias Queta. And two, it's going to rely on the freshman. Isaiah Stevens has to have a big game and get Sam Merril going and not let him penetrate on defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you definitely have to touch on David Roddy. He had his career high night just in their past game, and I think he's got that size and that athleticism that it's hard for these other Mountain West teams to match. Yeah. So if they can keep feeding him in the paint, I think it's going to be really hard for Utah State to contest that.
Yeah, and another one to look out for is John Tonje. He comes in and gives Nico Carvacho those key minutes that Carvacho needs to go to the bench, get himself together, and come back in. He has a big matchup against, like I said, probably the best defensive center in all the Mountain West against Namias Queta, who was injured early in the season, and he's getting healthy now. So that's, I mean, it'd be big if CSU could hand Utah State their second home loss of the year.
Oh, absolutely huge, but they definitely have a hand up here. Obviously, being here in their home arena, it's an hour until tip-off, and they already have a ton of fans here. Yeah. And even before, just recently, Dave Thorson told me that this was probably one of the hardest places that they played in last season. Yeah. I mean, I think that the atmosphere is going to be hard for CSU to handle. They've got to be able to stay focused, stay in the game, and keep their foot on the throttle the entire time.
Oh, yeah, just looking at the arena, you can tell that the students on one end, they're going to be right on top of you. And the fans all around, you're in a bowl. And it's going to be big for the freshman key to not get flustered. You may miss some shots, but you just got to keep the mindset of you want to be one of the best teams in the Mountain West.
Absolutely. Well, tip-off is here in Utah State at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Jason and I will keep you updated on Twitter at sports_CTV.
Good ball for number 1. Sam Merril to the left.
What's up, Ram fans? I'm Jason Ortiz, joined by Jessica Mendoza. We're in Logan, Utah, where CSU just fell to Utah State 77-61. Both teams moved to 5-4 in the Mountain West, tied for 4th. Jess, what was going on in tonight's game?
So I think the first thing that we definitely have to touch on tonight was the intensity and the energy here in the stadium. It was insane. I mean, every good thing that USU did tonight, the fans went nuts. And then anything that CSU did that was bad, whether it was air balls, which we actually saw quite a few tonight that we're not used to seeing that. But, I mean, they were just really giving CSU a really hard time tonight. The intensity was there, and once USU got the momentum, it just felt like it was too much for CSU to come back from.
Yeah, and credit that to Sam Merril. Started off the game 2 for 2 from 3, and he really got the fans going quick. These fans really got on top. They feel like they're right on top of you. And I think that is where the freshmen kind of struggled in this really hard road test.
Yeah, and you touched on it right there. The freshmen did struggle a lot more than I think a lot of us expected tonight. I don't think the coaching staff really expected that from them. I mean, the two leading scorers for CSU tonight was Thistlewood and Carvacho, each with 14 points tonight. But I think it was just maybe a little bit of inexperience tonight and how to deal with that frustration that really kicked in at the end.
Yeah, this is really a real true road test for these freshmen.
Right.
You had Isaiah Stevens, went 0 for 3 from 3. You haven't seen that very much all year. David Roddy, you definitely know Utah State watched film on Fresno. They were doubling him every time he was in the post. And then you never saw John Tonje, Deshaun Thomas really have a chance to get going in this game.
That's true, and I think you got to credit Utah State's coaching staff for really doing their homework, knowing that Roddy was going to be a force to be reckoned with, and they were able to be effective in shutting him down. But we got to talk about Nehemiah Queta. I mean, he definitely did a good job on Nico Carvacho tonight. Two of the best centers, definitely in the Mountain West.
Oh, yeah. And you got to look at Nehemiah Queta. He's probably the best center in the Mountain West. He could have gone to the NBA last year, decided he wanted to come back. And now this Utah State team, now that they're healthy, I think they are obviously not the best team in the Mountain West because San Diego State is by far. But if you look at it, this team is set up to be a tournament team again.
Right, yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's tough because now CSU is going to have to go home, play a very good, a good Nevada, not as good as they were last year, but a very good Nevada. And then not soon long after that, on February 11th, they will have to take on Utah State again. This time it will be at home. Probably will make a difference, but Nico Medved expects to see a different team from CSU by then.
Yeah, definitely, and Carvacho obviously talked about it in his post-game too. He said that Moby's just a different atmosphere, and he's looking forward to that game February 11th, and he has it marked on his calendar already.
Absolutely. Well, we will make sure to keep you guys updated on all the rest of the games for CSU this season. Signing off for CTV Sports, I'm Jessica Mendoza.
And I'm Jason Ortiz.